ultralearners can achieve their self-education goals quickly. Can you get a college-level education without attending college? Can you learn a new skill in record time? Can you develop an app and make a lot of money from selling it without previous knowledge of app development? These questions may seem challenging, but you can achieve all these difficult goals without having to be educated or trained in a conventional school. Many people on nearly every continent of the world have achieved similar intriguing goals, and many more will, based on their self-education ability. Ultralearning is a term used to describe this skill. People rapidly acquire self-education and mastery with ultralearning abilities. This process involves deciding what kind of expertise or level of education you want to achieve or attain. Doing intense research and study which will push you out of your comfort zone, and then learning within a short period. Ultralearning has the following advantages: discovering additional ideas and motivation for your perfect job, increasing your career development, and applying your new practical abilities. Practical learning skills are indispensable for success in an ever-changing world. To achieve effective learning goals, you must follow the principles guiding them. Once you get acquainted with these principles, you can accomplish any difficult task. For example, you can learn a new language quickly or master web design techniques. It all depends on your needs and interests. Of course, grasping ultralearning requires effort, but it will pay off in the long run. Ultralearners rule their world. What about you? Here, you'll find pointers that can help you join the growing league of ultralearners. In theory, there is no difference between theory and practice, but in practice there is. Scott H. Young. Key point 2. Ultralearning is the acquisition of skills and knowledge in a focused and intense manner. The main idea of this type of knowledge acquisition is that you learn only the things necessary for your personal and professional goals. For example, a startup founder may need to learn some basic accounting skills without having a degree in accounting or related courses. Ultralearning will help you to acquire the basic accounting skills you need to keep your company alive and profitable. You'll be able to reach this goal quickly when you tailor it to your business needs. The immediate implementation of skills or knowledge gained from ultralearning makes it an invaluable tool in the information age. As startup founders stated, learning accounting is not just an academic exercise. The business owner immediately implements the knowledge gained into the projects they are currently running. It allows them to quickly adapt to consumers' constantly changing needs and remain in demand in their niche. The immediate application of knowledge gives ultralearning an edge over conventional learning styles. Many people learn something but need help to apply the knowledge to solve real problems. The ability to narrow the gap between knowledge and action gives high achievers an edge over everyone else. They practice as they learn. While it does not apply to every learning situation, it is a strategy that can help you overcome learning barriers. There are apparent advantages to conventional learning styles. However, ultralearning is for people who want to skill up or use knowledge to achieve a greater goal. These are people with the right amount of self-discipline needed to stay focused on the task. All ultralearners share similar qualities. They primarily work alone, sometimes for months or years. Their passions border on obsession. They desperately and even aggressively defend their ideas. Above all, they are interested in learning. Their eagerness to learn motivates them to forego qualifications or conformity when confronted with complex tasks. Ultralearners strive for projects that involve extreme challenges and getting out of their comfort zone. When you have to learn something you know nothing about, ultralearning is a handy strategy to help you do that in record time, as it allows you to learn quickly and effectively by narrowing your focus and increasing the efficiency of the process. Key point 3. Discover the practical benefits of ultralearning. Wouldn't it be great if you could swiftly adjust to new duties, tasks, or workplaces? Or train in a skill that would help you in your current position? Can you imagine being able to learn a foreign language or master anything that now seems out of reach within a couple of months? Ultralearning has many excellent features, but you might wonder if it's worth the time and effort. If attempting ultralearning puts you under mental, emotional, or physical pressure, weighing the benefits before jumping in is crucial. What are the benefits of this method? The first reason is the opportunity to upgrade your current profession. You likely already have a job that takes up much of your time. Ultralearning is a small contribution that can significantly improve your results and accelerate career progression. The results of learning complex skills quickly outweigh years of uninspired work. You can use ultralearning techniques to change careers, take on new challenges, and accelerate your professional advancement. Personal improvement is another reason. For example, you may want to be fluent in a new language, play an instrument, or become an entrepreneur. We can't achieve all our fantasies quickly. They can only be actualized when we understand our full potential, take up the challenge, and overcome our limitations. We derive fulfillment from learning because it helps us grow. Moreover, knowing the tools and techniques for mastering new skills will allow you to stay afloat in a constantly changing world. Automation, globalization, and computerization have caused many changes and challenges. Many middle-skilled positions such as secretaries, tour operators, office managers, and industrial employees have been replaced due to technical developments in automation. In their stead, new jobs have sprung up. Still, they are primarily of two types: high-skilled positions like engineers, programmers, managers, and designers, or low-skilled professions like retail staff, cleaners, or customer service agents. If your goal is to avoid falling into the category with lower qualifications, you must practice ultralearning. Those who apply ultralearning techniques in a business that inspires and motivates them are the most successful. Did you know Elizabeth Eichelbaum from the USA, a great example of an ultralearner, became the oldest doctor of sciences when she received her doctorate at the age of 90. Key point 4. The ultralearning system can apply to almost any area of your career journey. The ultralearning strategy is effective at different points in your career: accelerating your work progress, switching to a new specialization, gaining mastery in a competitive world. In the current economy, there is a global tendency towards skill imbalance. College tuition is soaring, and new technology is influencing our society in various ways. A college degree has become burdensome for graduates due to the debts they have to take on to pay for their education. But studying at college may only be worth the investment if it directly translates into a significant wage rise. A college education should provide the required basic professional skills for success in new, highly competent occupations to be worth it. Using ultralearning, you can overcome the skill gap between what you studied in school and what you need to achieve. Some occupations, such as medicine, law, and engineering, require a college degree. Still, after graduation, these professionals need to continue to learn. Higher education's traditional role of molding minds and developing personalities appear inadequate in today's economic climate. Thanks to technological advances, we live in a world where accessing information is as easy as breathing. Many popular universities now offer free online courses and materials. It helps speed up the learning process and makes it more accessible. Educational technologies are actively developing, so we have yet to discover all effective learning methods. The possibilities for self-study are endless. By practicing them, you can make a discovery that will be useful to others. Applying ultralearning doesn't require inventing new technologies, but actively using existing innovations. You can enhance your career advancement by training and improving specific talents. There are many successful examples of employing ultralearning to achieve career success, or even take up a new profession. Marketer Vishal Maini longed to work more closely with artificial intelligence research. He gained strong enough knowledge through a rigorous 6-month ultralearning initiative to shift from marketing to working in the area he desired. For many years, Diana Fessenfeld worked as a librarian in New Zealand. When the government began digitizing her profession, she was concerned that they would require more than her years of knowledge to provide excellent work. Over a short period, Fessenfeld completed 2 rapid learning programs, one in statistics and the other in data visualization. As a result of her experience and increased expertise, she became a sought-after employee necessary in her field. Key point 5. Is talent crucial for ultralearning? What leads us to success? Innate abilities or acquired knowledge and constant practice? It's a hot topic among researchers. Some, like psychologist K. Anders Ericsson, believe that systematic training is crucial and can elevate almost any aptitude to an expert level, regardless of traits such as height or weight. However, there is also an opinion that talents and intelligence depend on genes and heredity. Undoubtedly, natural talents affect the speed and efficiency of learning. However, we can compensate for the lack of innate abilities with the right educational strategy. It means everyone can master any knowledge if they make an effort and commit. Natural talent and the right learning strategy contribute to successful outcomes. By systematically applying effective educational techniques, you can develop the mastery to learn regardless of previous experience and innate abilities. Stories of ultralearners reveal how principles apply in practice but do not guarantee identical results with identical effort. When it comes to effort, you might worry that life's commitments won't allow you to put in the time needed for ultralearning. But there are many ways to overcome this challenge and sneak learning time into your overflowing timetable. In practice, you can apply the ideas of effective learning in 3 main ways, namely, new part-time projects, taking a learning vacation, and creating new learning opportunities by reimagining old ones. Rapid learning relies on effectiveness and intensity. You may spread out an intensive learning program to fit your speed while being incredibly efficient in your approach. A more dispersed schedule is even better in terms of long-term memory. You can practice ultralearning techniques during a break from work and school. Discover rapid learning opportunities during times of temporary layoffs, professional changes, semester vacations, or extended holidays. There is no need to approach effective learning as a separate activity. You may include it in your usual schedule. It'll save you time and allow you to master new skills at your own pace. When you have goals and a desire to learn, you can always create a flexible schedule that works best for your ultralearning purpose and technique. Key point 6. Discover universal principles of ultralearning projects. In contrast to structured education, ultralearning's methods are not mechanical. Hence, it is helpful to focus on principles rather than step-by-step formulas. These strategies will enable you to handle situations you've never encountered before in ways that a recipe or mechanical technique cannot. Using a simple set of principles is more effective than following detailed protocols. Based on the principles that underpin rapid projects, you need to think creatively about your tasks. Each of these principles contributes to successful learning. Meta-learning. Create a map of your learning process. Before mastering a profound concept or topic, you must research what helps you learn effectively. Recall your past successful experience of studying specific material. What exactly did you do, and how did you divide your time? You have to know how to learn. Focus your attention. Create chunks of time when you can learn without distractions. Be sure to move toward the goal. Try to identify what you want to be good at and go for it rather than allowing easier, more convenient tasks to distract you. Target your weaknesses. Divide complex tasks into smaller parts. You can resolve them separately and put them together later. Check your knowledge. Humans learn while testing. You can use this stage to measure your capacity to recall instead of assuming you know because you have reviewed the material. Be open to feedback, even if it is critical. You shouldn't ignore the response just because you might feel uncomfortable. Filter the feedback and pay attention to essential information. Save the studied material. Get in the habit of remembering things for life and not forgetting them. Explore a subject in more depth. Demonstrate a real understanding of the concepts and master the skills by going beneath the surface instead of learning by memorization to avoid deep work. Experiment. Go beyond what you're used to. At the beginning of learning anything, it is appropriate to trust the experience of predecessors and follow their example. However, over time, our skills develop and we have to look for new ways and unique visions. Beyond principles and tactics is a broader rule that governs the process of ultralearning. It involves being responsible for your learning. It means you decide what you want and how to learn and create a plan to execute the process. Key point 7. Practice in the proper context to learn concepts deeper. Most ultra-learning projects directly connect you to the situations you will have to deal with. Traditional classroom learning will never give you hands-on experience. Ultra-learning is about practice and dynamic action, not dry theory and learning for learning's sake. Of course, theory and practice don't exist separately. Practice determines the emergence of theory and vice versa. Reliable knowledge is formed exclusively and based on experience. A well-known game developer, Eric Barone, studied video game design while creating it. Or let's remember Benny Lewis, a famous polyglot and the creator of a unique technique to learn languages quickly. The process of mastering skills takes place in real life, where there's an opportunity to apply the acquired knowledge immediately. Learning new things and learning by doing are different approaches. Passive learning leads to receiving the information we can use in practice, turning it into a skill, or leaving it as just knowledge. You can read piles of sales books and learn many hypotheses, but if you have yet to make a single call to a prospect, that won't make you a good seller. When planning to join any educational project, check whether it involves real-world practice. Some educational projects focus primarily on theory. Let's take, for example, programs and platforms for learning foreign languages. How relevant are their teaching methods to real life? Merely memorizing new foreign words and translating them is not enough to speak a new language. If you aspire to talk, there's nothing more effective than immersing yourself in a language environment. Although it is not always available today, there is an opportunity to listen to pronunciation thanks to unlimited video and audio content. Of course, learning words is essential, but practicing speaking is necessary for them to make sense. Whatever you study, look for opportunities to apply your knowledge in real life. This is the only way to ensure that your acquired knowledge will not be forgotten over time, but become a skill you can use appropriately. Your deepest moments of happiness don't come from doing easy things. They come from realizing your potential and overcoming your own limiting beliefs about yourself. Scott H. Young. Conclusion. Ultralearning provides a pragmatic way of keeping up with the rapid changes in the fast-developing world of technological achievements. Educators and parents need to foster ultralearning to help others compete meaningfully. The scientific literature on learning reveals that there is no shortage of knowledge about studying. Researchers and autodidacts are still spewing hypotheses around education. Learning has gone beyond individual cognition to include the social environment. The conditions in which we live, feelings, and emotions impact the effectiveness of learning and assimilation of the material. Therefore, by fostering ultralearning at home and in school, you can achieve career success by creating an inspiring goal, being careful with the competition, and making learning a priority rather than a byproduct. Feel free to make adjustments to your ultralearning plan. The real art of learning lies in flexibility. Treat rules as recommendations that you can adapt to yourself. Education is analyzing, not the blind following of the rules. Try something new. Think about what difficulties you experience in learning and how to change it. An ultralearning-driven culture permits learning to go where no one else has before. Consider a goal that inspires you to explore uncharted territory and see how ultralearning principles help you become a trailblazer. Try this. 1. Think of something you want to learn and craft a plan to achieve it. 2. Figure out the gaps between where you are now in your career and where you want to be. And 3. Ask for feedback from professionals in your field and see how you can work on their advice.